Give me a heads up.
We're gonna go 60 to 0.
60 to 0.
Right, there's 60. 1, 2, 3.
One more. Hi, I'm Alan.
I'm Cassidy.
This is Dick's Rod Shop. Today we're working on a 1954 Chevy Suburban. We recently took this Suburban on a 22 to 2400 mile road trip and found out a whole bunch of stuff about it, a lot of good stuff. A few things we noticed we'd like performance to be a little bit better on. And today's video is going to focus on the brake system. We'd like it to work a little bit better, and we're going to start with the booster. We don't really feel like there's a lot of power assist on this thing.
No, and we figured out in the mountains, which we don't have in Iowa, they're not really up to par. So we want to fix that before we take it on our next road trip.
Yeah. So we've got it squared up on the lift. We happen to have a booster on the shelf in the back because we deal with these quite often, these AD trucks and Suburbans and whatevers. So the least we can do is lift this thing up, give it a once over underneath, swap out the booster and see if we're getting anywhere.
Yeah, this booster is pretty old and it's kind of acted like this from the beginning, but around here it's never been an issue. So we're going to try that. If that don't work, we're going to put bigger brakes on the front and just work in stages till it's where we like it. Yeah. Probably re-bleed them today too, just because yeah. Make sure it's good there. But
all right, we're going to get this thing in the air and we'll get this booster project underway.
No, I decided yesterday we can't let those out to fly. Those have to stay here and here only. Watch them once and then we gotta pull this exhaust pipe all the way because I don't think the booster will come out with this pipe in the road. So it's kind of where we're at now. I started getting the bolts out of it. I gotta pull one more bolt and then we gotta take that clamp loose back there and the band clamp from the muffler. Hopefully it'll come out and then we can get the booster changed and then we'll throw a new gasket in, which probably needs one. We may change the oil too while we're under here. We're getting pretty close to time to do an oil change, and it never hurts to change it more often than not. So.
All over here.
Yep. Oh yeah, that gasket's, he's kind of cooked. Wasn't leaking though. So I need to get this measured so we can get a gasket and a filter coming, and then we'll get that popped loose real quick, or maybe I want to work on that, and we'll get the pipe out of here. So we'll be right back. Yes, sir. Are those metric? That's a half. Did I not grab a 9/16? I did not grab a 9/16. Oh yeah. The struggle is real. Oh, what a moron.
None of these fit.
What? It is.
I don't know if you guys saw what he just did.
It is metric.
We don't need to talk about it.
Hey, you know, it is.
What do you got for 15?
Oh, it's 5. It's between 5. Yeah, probably. Between 5/8. You're a 14 or a 15. 15. Ow, on my head. 16. It is a 15. All right, we finally got our crap together here. Scott's trying to find us some header gaskets and an oil filter. Which oil filter should not be a big deal. It's just a Wix 51060. I can't seem to do anything right today. Kind of need to do a quick inspection under here because after some of the problems some of the other people had on the tour, we want to kind of give ours a once over. Some of the roads worked less than stellar coming home, so the suspension took a little bit of a beating, so we kind of need to look that stuff over. What else did we notice? Oh, our fuel tank. We kind of knew it was an issue, but it's never really been a problem. The pickup is in the front of the tank. So we noticed down there when you're in the hills and whatnot. If you got to stop, all the gas, of course, runs to the rear. So if you get less than a quarter tank of fuel, there was a couple times we thought we was going to run out of gas sitting at a stop sign on the side of a mountain. So we need to address that. Although the fuel capacity with this big tank we made was awesome. Everybody else was stopping for fuel and we still had over half a tank. So that was pretty good. Made coming home really good too. You had to stop to go to the bathroom more than you had to stop for gas. So. All right, let's see if we can get this out of here. Oh, we're so close. Oh yeah, look at that. Probably never go back in, but. All right, well, we want to probably pull this bolt here out. Start there. Oh, that sounded. So this setup was on this chassis when we got it. We don't know how old it is, do we? So there's a good chance that this booster's been an issue for a while. We just never really knew it. The thing does stop fine. It just, you get in the mountains and you get a bunch of load on it, you really got to bear down on them to get it to whoa. And we just don't like that. Somebody pull out in front of you or something, it's kind of questionable, so we're gonna fix it because we really had a great time road tripping it. I'd like to do it some more, so. Yeah, we might reach there and unhook the battery.
I did.
All right, well, that's the beauty of old cars, finding parts. What do we do first? We probably ought to unbolt the master first, you reckon?
Yeah, we take the 2 bolts off and get that hanging and see what we got for wiggle room. We probably don't have a whole lot.
I'm guessing we don't have a whole lot of wiggle room. Hopefully you guys can see somewhat. It's kind of tight under here. We was gonna do this in the parking lot, but
that would have been a bad idea.
Yeah, that thought quickly went away when we realized that we got to have it a long ways in the air, and we didn't really have a way to do that safely. So, and just so people know, because I've been asked this question a lot, these little blocks right here are called residual valves, and if your master cylinder is bolted to the frame or underneath the brake system, essentially, you need those to hold pressure on the calipers and the wheel cylinders. Otherwise the fluid bleeds back and then you got to pump your brakes once or twice to get any kind of pedal. I've had several people lately that was telling me they're having brake issues, and I told them that's what was wrong, and we put some in their cars for them, and sure enough fixed them. So I don't know why that's not readily available knowledge to some people, but you put a 2-pound in the front and 10-pound ones in the rear. So if you're having those issues, you might look into that.
They're typically red and blue, right?
Yeah, usually. If you buy, and I will tell you, buy Willwoods, buy good ones, because we've tried the off-brand and every time we've had trouble with them. They either leak or something. So spend a little bit extra money on those and buy good ones. I mean, it's your brakes. You don't want to cheap out on that, okay? I have a ratchet electric one. Why am I using a wrench? I don't think that my brain ain't caught up on sleep from last week, Al.
What was last week?
I don't know, it was a blur. It was a blur of awesomeness. Let's see, bench. Yeah, you guys will see when we get the video out. We went on the Thunder tour last week and met some amazing people. Had a great time. Got to help fix some people's stuff for them. It was just, all in all, it was a good time. And that only happens because you get out of the shop and actually use your stuff. Go drive it. Have fun. I don't know. Man, that bolt's gonna get clean.
1/4 inch ratchet.
Get the extension sneaked in around there. Hey, what was that? Oh, that was the bracket for the spring.
Yep. Right there at the foot of that.
Don't mind me, I'm just throwing everything on the floor. Kind of like these washers that are about to fall out of my hand. Okay, oh, we gotta get the vacuum line unhooked. Can't see anything.
Is it gonna fit?
No, it ain't looking good. Oh yeah, look at that.
Miles of room.
Oh boy. She pushes a lot harder than the other one.
This one.
Probably need this for that one, don't we? Or is it on there?
DOS boot. And we could use the boot.
Well, the boot's not in very good shape.
But like, oh, I know what I took that off of. I robbed this from the Ford project.
Okay, we'll have to do some adjustments here, but
What about this?
yeah, that shouldn't be
adjustment
an
there.
issue. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Maybe
I
a
mean,
little.
I'd buy it for $1.
This out because we got one of those up there. Yeah, this would have not been fun in the Super 8 parking lot or whatever that was we were seeing.
That was the Hampton. 3 stars.
We use these serrated
Did those
ones.
have like washers behind for shims or something? What was all the washers flying out?
Those, well, the other ones didn't have these serrated.
Okay.
The serrated nuts. They had nuts or washers and lockers. I'd rather use these if we can. Well, we're short one, so we'll have to.
I got 3 on the new one.
These are the 3 from the new one.
I got one.
I got one.
I got one.
Let me go look here. He says. You sure your dad's not down here?
I think so.
Well, he goes to look for that. We'll get those three tightened up. And then we'll come over here and check this booster clearance to the rod. This is something else that we've noticed a lot. We have a lot of people come in with brake problems. There is a little, let's show them on that one. Get the camera down here. There is a small bolt right here on most of them, and a lot of times the master will have a slug in the end of it, and it pushes on this, and this needs to be adjusted properly to set your air gap. Otherwise your pedal will go down quite a ways before it hits the master, or if that slug isn't in there, because some setups don't use them, you'll have pedal and zero brakes. And you would be shocked at how many times we've had that cars come in here with brake issues, and that's all that was wrong with it, was that adjustment. So if you're struggling with some brake problems, you might give that a shot. Look into that. You should be able to put the master on there, and it should bump right up against the mounting flange before it starts putting pressure on the piston. If you can push it on there and it doesn't quite go all the way back and you can feel it hitting, then you know that bolt's out too far. I've also seen on a lot of them, these are all aftermarket of course, that we've had to take those push rods and turn them down or cut them off a little because they're too long. So you can't turn the bolt in far enough to make it work. Plug this in, easier to do it. Alright, let's see. Grab my other light. That light so you guys can see, this one so I can see. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see that, but see how that's, I don't know if we can get in there and show them. See how that's not going back all the way? It's hitting that bolt right now, so we need to adjust that bolt in just a little bit. Otherwise it's going to have constant brake pressure on it, and you're going to notice it. You're going to notice the brakes dragging, stinking, and that is going to be quite the chore to do with all this stuff in the way. We'll try it. I may end up having to pull it back out of there and breaking that loose. Alright, so this, I can do this without getting my hands in everybody's way. So the jam nut is an 8mm, and then this bolt right here appears to be a 7mm. And this is kind of a pain to do, especially when it's pretty easy on a firewall mount. Not so easy on the that's loosened up. Alright, let's try that. I don't think it was out too much. Here we go. See how it's out against that, and then it doesn't feel like we got too much free play, so I think we're going to put it right there. We'll lock that jam nut down. Call it good. Sure didn't move when I tightened it up. It feels like it's got some slack in it, so we can get these back on. Yeah, see how we got just a little bit of, see that? Just a tiny bit of free play in there. That way it's not holding pressure on the brake. Now we need to adjust this pedal and all of this. So some of those washers went in there to shim that pedal over. Push this all the way down. Oh man, that needs to go out a long way. It's getting out there. I don't know if I'll fall down. We have to readjust the brake switch. We'll have to try that and see. Put one more washer in there. That alignment looks a lot better. Like that. Phone died, that's no good. This pedal is so heavy that we have to, you kind of got to add a spring, or at least I've always had to add a spring to them to get them to pull back up so the brake lights and stuff will shut off. That's how much play we got. So that's really all there is to changing that. Alright, so we got the brakes all finished up. Scott did have to run uptown to our local exhaust shop and find us a gasket. I don't know if you guys can tell, this is like a standard gasket, fairly thin. This is what the exhaust shop had. It is, she's girthy. That's a good 3/16 to a 1/4 inch thick. So it should work just fine. We're about to find out. We're gonna put the pipe back in. So other than maybe an alignment and some bolts, this probably will actually work better as far as sealing goes. We'll see. It is the same kind of graphite stuff as the original. It's just a thickness issue. Now we gotta get this pipe back in. Oh, look at that.
No way.
I was worried. I thought that was gonna be a struggle.
This is the Suburban you're talking about.
I know, we do love this old girl for sure. It's like your favorite grandma. You love it. Alright, let's take these bolts of this thing. I've got longer ones. These bolts don't, they're kind of particular on how long they can be. Look at that, I went too far. You've gone too far. Oh. I think we're gonna need some longer bolts. Yeah, that might smash. I'm tighten her up. We'll give it a shot here.
Hey, it's lunchtime.
I don't know if we can get long bolts in these because we're gonna hit the headers. They're already pretty close as it is. Did you just say Justin said it's lunchtime?
He did. I heard him.
Well, we like to listen to what JJ tells us. Get this one last bolt in, then we'll tighten it up after lunch. There it is. There's the dinger. All right, they're all started. We'll come back after lunch. We'll get them tightened up and you guys can watch me struggle. So, see you in a minute. I don't know if I can get a wrench up in there is the problem. Oh yeah, the bolts are just long enough. The other one, you gotta do her the old-fashioned way. Can't get the impact on it. So, what am I looking for here? Get this one off the top. Where's the bottom? Oh, it might actually go. Oh, look at that. Who builds these things with no room? Struggling. Can't get nothing on it, dropping everything. It's kind of like putting that fan tensioner on all over again. Alright, that's all done. We are going to change the oil quick. I don't know that you guys really need to watch to do that, but we'll get that knocked out. And what else do we got to do?
Go test drive it.
We got to test drive it. That's right. Oh, we were going to bleed the brakes.
Oh, right.
Just because I want to do it because I'm afraid it has air in it, even though it shouldn't. But we're here, why not? So we're going to change the oil and then we'll bring you back. We'll get the brakes bled and then we'll take her for a drive. So we got the brakes bled, drain the oil, change the booster. Now we're going to fill it with oil. Everybody always asks what kind of oil everybody uses. We use Schaefer's racing oil. Comes with extra zinc already in it. This is the Supreme 7000 10W30. So let's get her filled up and then I think we're ready to go for a drive after that. The most exciting part. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 quarts of oil. Wicks filter. She's ready to rock and roll. Once we get up here, I'm gonna try out the brakes. So, are you ready?
Brake check 1. Oh, hey, whoa, that's to the floor.
That was hard as I could push it.
I didn't say go. That was way better.
Yeah, it's still not as good as it should be. Alright, do her again. You ready?
Alright, I think I'm ready this time. Give me a heads up.
We're gonna go 60 to 0.
60 to 0. All right, 3.7 seconds. That's way, but I feel it's way better.
Stuff actually came forward.
Yeah, blood rushed to my eyeballs.
We didn't like it. It still feels kind of squishy, but
That'll get you stopped.
I don't smell brake pad like we did before either.
Just sitting over here, that feels better.
It feels better.
You couldn't have got that.
The sitting at a stop sign is way better.
We'll run it uptown, set some stop signs, go through some intersections.
So far, I think
just about ate the dash.
So far, I think it's a.
What are we gonna do when we get like 14-inch, 13-inch rotors up there?
We're gonna be all. That's gonna be awesome.
We got to put a little ball valve so we still turn the tire on the brake stand.
I mean, the pedal, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Like, it wouldn't sit like this before and idle this good.
Yeah, so what he's talking about is before at a stop sign or stoplight.
Yeah, you'd really have to bear down on it, and it'd pull the idle down so much it was trying to lunge forward like it had a blower on it or something. And now it's just sitting here idling perfectly normal.
And your foot's resting on it? Are you putting a lot of pressure on it?
No, just normal amount.
Okay. That's so much better. I mean, the engine is cammed up. And we're gonna
which means it's a little low on vacuum, but this is 100 times better than it was. Before, if you drove it through a big city, by the time you got the other side, your leg hurt.
Idiot!
Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Oh, she's still recording. And we're back. Sal's turn to check on the brakes.
Hold on to your drink. Whoa, that's the top half is even better. Right out of the gate.
I think it has a little more play in the bolt than it had before.
I should look at that rattle right there.
I forgot about that rattle. It is real annoying. I'm just excited about it sitting at stop signs and better. Did you blow the fuse again?
No.
I need to put a bigger fuse in there. I threw in one I had at home and it wasn't big enough.
Brake check. 3, 2, 1. Stop for this turn.
Pretty good.
That ain't bad. Alright, that does it for the brake booster, remove and replace, and bleed the brakes.
It was a great success.
It was a success. I wouldn't say it's an upgrade. I'd say it's more of a maintenance repair kind of thing. But having a brake booster function properly made a huge difference on our braking capabilities, especially with the older, heavier vehicle. I'm satisfied with what we did for a repair.
I'm 100% happy with the sitting at a stop sign part of it, even more so than just stopping on it.
That's certain. But I think in the future we're going to have some upgrades, performance upgrades, so we got even better braking.
I think it needs like a 12, 13-inch rotor with a 6 piston caliper on the front.
But that does it for this video. I'm Al.
I'm Cassidy.
Thanks for watching Diggs Rod Shop. Hit the like and subscribe button and stay tuned for the next one.